the synergy of introverts and extroverts in a relationship. So I'm Kelly.
And I'm Augusta.
You better like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And let me just tell you something before we actually start this video. We did another video before, just a few minutes ago. Now we're back again on another live. And that video was about the dangers of fantasizing in a relationship. Right now, in this time, we are going to talk about this new topic, which is the synergy of introverts and extroverts in a relationship. So watch that previous one if you've not watched it. Tell us what you think about it, and let's get into this video. So who wants to start? You or me? About introverts and extroverts in a relationship, the synergy. I do think that introvert and extrovert in a relationship can complement each other. It's not a bad thing. But when it comes to introverts, as an introvert personally, I can't lie, I'm not the kind of person that will really seek to be with an extrovert, depending on what type of extrovert he is. Because if he is too, like the life of the party, I'm never really into the life of the party guy. I'm not interested in that kind of guy. I still like someone that's able to have good conversations, even with people, with a group. But at the same time, know their limits. Because if they are doing too much, you're going to drain me. And I don't want to be drained. So that's one thing for me. Yeah, that's something I would say. But I do think they complement each other. Because introverts, for example, in a social setting, they like to talk one-on-one with people. So, they crave authenticity, closeness, and everything. Extroverts are more like they could talk to everyone in a group. They feel very comfortable. They derive energy from social interactions. Introverts not necessarily, because they feel like they are drained after social interactions. But again, it just depends on you as a person. What do you like? Do you like to be with someone that's more like you, or someone that's a bit different from you? Because it just depends on you as a person as well. Like, yeah, what would you like to add on this the synergy of introvert and extrovert
Well,
in relationship?
I believe in every relationship, in every couple rather, there is the one that is more extrovert, or tends to be more extrovert, and the one that tends to be more introvert. And yeah, for me, I'm an introvert. But with time, I realized that there are some things that you need to unlearn. I mean, I was always on my own. Even if I'm in a group, I don't talk. But I realized that when you're a human being, you need to connect to people.
Yeah.
You can't just isolate yourself. Even God wants you to do not forsake the gathering of the saints. Even when he was sending the disciples, they were going 2 by 2. Like, God dislikes loneliness.
Yeah.
In fact, that's when the devil attacks you, when you are alone. But anyway, with time, I realized that I need to start being a little bit more open. Open doesn't mean that I tell my business to everyone.
Yeah, oversharing. That's what you call oversharing.
Or doesn't mean that everyone is close to me.
Yeah.
Or everyone is my friend. I still select people, but I tend to be more, more friendly.
Yeah.
I would say friendly. That's the word.
Yes.
In a relationship, I don't like extroverts. I don't even want to marry one.
Really?
Not at all. And you'll be like, why? I'm an introvert. I'm supposed to be attracted to extrovert. But it has limits, you know? That's it. Like, there's not introvert and extrovert. There are people that are extroverts, but they are calm. Or people that are introverts, but they know people. They don't have friends, but they know a lot of people.
Oh, that's something about me. I'm an introvert. I know people, but those people are not necessarily my friends' friends. It's just like, I know you guys and I can have conversation. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I feel that.
So for me, I need someone that is an introvert, but it opens up to me. I mean, that's the most important thing. As you said, being introvert and extrovert is the way you relate to people.
Yeah, people, yes.
So, talking about marriage, be open to me. That's what I am concerned about. Just be open to me. Be free with me.
Don't be secretive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hide
and try to share your thoughts and emotions,
Yeah. I see that. I see that. I 100% agree with that as well, because one thing that people actually misunderstand with extrovertness is that they think that when someone is an extrovert that they are necessarily loud people, but that's not it. Extroverts is more about your social interaction. You get me? It's the way you relate to people. It's the way you because for example, I've seen that as well. Even with someone that I was speaking to, extrovert and everything, but doesn't mean that the person is loud. It's just that the way they relate to people, they're very comfortable talking to people, large groups of people, they like that. And yeah, maybe you as an introvert, not maybe as an introvert, you don't want to be talking to a large group of people. You prefer to talk one on one. You're at the party, you speak to that one person, then you move to the other person. But once you start becoming a larger group, you're like,
Introverts don't like attention.
yeah, you're not an attention
they feel
seeker.
very uncomfortable when they get too much, like the attention is all on them.
Yeah,
So
that's me.
that's
That's me. That's me. Like when
Yeah.
it comes to too much attention on me, I'm like, nah, I don't like that as well. But extroverts,
They
they seek
attention.
attention. Oh my gosh, they love the attention.
Yeah.
They want it. It just gives them energy.
Yeah.
That attention seeking tendency. I don't know if it's a bad thing at this point, but it's for me. I don't know.
But I think some extroverts though,
Yeah.
they try to be. They always like people in their life because they feel alone. I think because they don't really know how to connect deeply with people, so they tend to just connect with many people. I don't know. That's just what.
That's what you
I
think.
think.
Yes, I see your point. But another thing again is that, for example,
I mean, sorry.
yeah,
sorry to
yeah, yeah,
interrupt you.
yeah.
Like some extroverted people, you hear them on the news, they're depressed and then they kill themselves. And you're like, how? This person was always joyful, happy, talking to everyone, he knew a lot of people, but they felt alone. There was a void in them that I feel they tried to fill with connected to many people.
Many people.
And then this attention of a thing.
Attention seeking tendencies. Yeah. No, I see that.
And then another thing, I think introvert and extrovert is something you can define when we are young, in our first years. So I would say
Primary school.
Let's say, I would have said before 20.
Before 20. So you're talking about from primary to your teenage years.
Yes.
All right then.
Yeah, because I mean primary, you just behave how you want to behave, and then during your teenage years, you're still understanding yourself. So I feel like when you leave that teenage years, you now try to. I mean, we hope so. You try to work on yourself, and you're like, okay, this is my character. Is it good? Is it bad? What are the things I'm supposed to change? Like that's what I did when I left. When I was done with my teenage years, I was like, okay, I'm super calm, super quiet, super shy. I said this is not good, so I had to change. So that's what I did personally.
So you feel like you have to level up.
Yeah. So I feel you can define someone if they're really extrovert or introvert in their first 18 years of life. Yeah.
But
because when they grow, they might, not be extreme. They might not be in one extreme or the other.
Yeah.
They might just try to, find a balance.
Yeah. But one thing I find very weird is when they say that introverts, because of the fact that they don't really like to speak to someone, or they are comfortable not speaking, they just like to keep it quiet. Some people find that as you being proud, and I don't understand that. Why would you think someone is proud because they don't want to speak?
Because they like managing your business. They want to know what's up with you. They want to provoke you. Yeah, that's what I think.
This thing that you're actually saying reminds me of the time when I was in uni. Because in uni, I was in my early 20s. And you were talking about being a teenager. And then you say when you were done with your teenage years, now I need to understand what kind of a person am I now in my 20s. And for me, I had to understand that in my 20s, because I realized that in starting uni, I was super shy. very shy. That's the kind of person I was then, shy, introverted. But I'm not going to say introvert is a bad thing necessarily. It's not bad for me because I'm introvert still now. But then I will super observe people. I could notice the tiniest detail. And one thing I would say then is, it even go to the point that I remember even being in the church then in my early 20s and going to university. I would do choir practice with these people, and we literally didn't talk about anything other than choir practice. That was it. That there was nothing else. It was just choir practice, finish, straight, go home, finish, come back to go to school, go to that church. I didn't, and in that place, I remember in that church, they didn't see being an introvert as any strength. They didn't see any strength in it. They saw it as a big weakness, because they were like, if you're an introvert, like, you need to be there. And then I realized that at the end of the day, introvertness as well, let me just put it there, it's not a disease. It's just, yeah, because I can't lie to you, I felt like it was a disease at some point. Yeah, I was like, because well, yeah, not literally, but what I mean is, but the fact that they kept on saying, you need to change, you need to change, you need to change this. And I was like, and my mom was now saying that when I come back home, I was just a little bit like more less, yeah, more open, less shy. She was like, yeah, no, because I consciously decided to take some steps in becoming less shy, in becoming more bold. Because, so let me just say that being shy means you are not bold. Yeah. That's what it is. It's just that you're not bold. You don't have the courage to do some certain things. That's what it is. And that's the bad side of being an introvert, is that too much shyness. You are not confident enough to push forward. So I had to come out of that shell. But they will make it look like, you don't want to talk to her. Yeah. And for me, it wasn't like that, because going back to what you said, it feels like you are not saying your business enough. They don't know about you. They want to know.
And they said that just to provoke you. But the reason why I stopped being shy was shyness does not bring anything. Yeah. Shyness will not make you to be like, if you're shy, you'll be uncomfortable when you're with people. Yes. You will not talk. Yes. You will not express your feelings. Yes. And you look, no, I won't say you look stupid, but people will not even consider you because you don't talk. Yes. So they don't know if you are good, bad, you are not south. They don't know anything about you. You're just neutral. You're just there. Yeah, exactly. When you are shy. Yeah, exactly. You're a neutral person. Yeah. They don't know what to say. I remember that was like, I was very shy in my early 20s. I was like, I mean, I don't know what to say. And then for me, one thing I noticed as well about me is that being shy didn't mean that I was shy in the sense that I wouldn't want to speak in a large group. But when it comes to making friends, very good at talking to people, and I'm approachable. Like, people would just be stopping me for questions, for direction. And I was just like, that was something that I noticed. That was my strengths as well. I'm approachable, I'm friendly. Even though I'm not necessarily the person that would want to speak out in a large group, and that's something I'm working as well on, like, learning how to be comfortable in speaking in front of many people, because sometimes it serves you, it helps you, because you might be in a social gathering. Let me tell you something. Let's say that the MC does not show up, and somebody will say, I know you're so good at talking, like, you are really good. And the person, you will not be like, what do you mean by I talk to you? Like, yeah, I know you talk to me, but that's what I mean. I want you to just let them know that right now they just need to do XYZ in this party. And you're like, oh my gosh, I have to talk to these old people. But because they know your strength, they know that you're good. But what is the problem? You're shy. You may not be able to face the crowd. And that's one thing I would say. That's maybe the only thing you need to work on, the shyness. And that was something for me that I had to work on, the shyness. But that doesn't mean that you being an introvert, you're an outcast, it's not good, it's not this. It's just that it's just the kind of person you are. You're reserved. That's fine. Everyone is not outgoing. That's how we have diversity in this world. You have people that always want to be out there, outgoing, and those that like to be indoors as well. It's just the way you recharge, the way you feel comfortable yourself. It's just, and again, coming back to what you said, understanding yourself is key. You need to understand yourself. And in a relationship, there are strengths and weaknesses. Yes, exactly. Because in a relationship, if you're an introvert and the person is an extrovert, you guys like it. You just need, but at some point you need to find a meeting point.
Okay.
You need to find a balance.
Okay.
Especially if you are extremely introvert and your partner is extremely extrovert. You need to find a meeting point, or else it's going to be a problem. And communication helps a lot.
Exactly.
Because an introvert might be like, why are you acting like this? But if he or she explains why they do some certain things, maybe it will start making more sense in your head. So communication is very important. It's very important.
It's one thing I agree as well with. Communication is very important, and also openness. Yeah, I can see you like this openness.
For me, it's vital. I mean, if you're not being real with your partner, I mean, come on, someone you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with, then who will you be? I mean, what's the essence? Why did you marry? I mean,
but you know that's the problem with some people though. They want to get married, but there are different things they don't want to work on. And how do you think that you're not going to have problems? Because you know, people like people, for example, even going into work sometimes, you're just like, oh my gosh, this might be draining because you're going to meet XYZ. But guess what? You want to be in a relationship or you want to be married someday, you have to deal with that person constantly. Yeah, but what makes it easy is the fact that you love the person and they love you back. So it makes it easier. You're like, okay, I can deal with this person. But guess what? If you have to deal with people that you don't necessarily like, it just comes to the fact that you need to understand each other, but also there have to be some, Italians will say it in Italian, prerequisiti. What I mean by prerequisiti for me is good communication. It has to be there.
and
Openness has to be
these are
there.
things that you can start building in courtship.
It's
It's not when you're married.
Exactly.
Before you get
Prerequisite for
married.
good marriage.
Yeah.
Because if you don't do these things like that, like you're not going to be ready. It's just the thing. Because again, and one thing I will talk again about readiness, being ready for this. The problem with all of this as well is every single time they always put so much pressure on the lady to be ready. But that's what I was saying in the previous slide. If we have over-prepared females and under-prepared males, how do you expect the thing to work?
And then another thing, society for some reason expects the woman to adapt, but the men is, let's say it's hard for men. I won't say it's hard for men. I would just say they don't want to, or they don't see the need to work on themselves.
Work on yourself, yes.
That's another thing.
That's the thing. They're just and then again, for me, one thing that there is sabotage as well from the start, even before the relationship ever started, when people are like, I'm not going to change for anybody. You're freaking lying. One thing in life that is constant is change. And we are not talking about changing to please, but we're changing to when you are even
find a balance.
A balance, adapting, and that's where compromise comes into
Well,
place.
I don't know why men, I think it's ego though.
It's ego again, pride. The word pride. If I could put it here with John, pride.
They rather do what they want to do and expect the wife to adapt.
Just adapt. But you know,
just get used to me.
But that looks like you're just dishing out BS though. But yeah, you keep dishing out. But is it how it's gonna work?
Well, our parents and our grandfathers, that's basically what they did. The man was doing everything he wants, and the woman just had to adapt.
And yeah, if he wants to take another wife, that's my business. He'll take another wife. If
you just have to adapt.
If you want another one again, that's your business again. You take another one again.
But another problem is that why are we having men with our grandfathers' mentality? But you will see a difference between our grandmothers, between their grandmothers, our mothers, and we. There is a difference. But men, some guys our age have our grandfather mentality.
Gen Z.
Not father, grandfather. Grandfather passed it to our fathers. Then the guy now took it from the father.
What kind of a life is that? Yeah, I feel that.
How can you have that mentality in this generation? How? And you think you not have problems in your marriage, and you start saying girls, their eyes have opened, or yeah, that's what they say.
Oh, you're feminist. Yeah, feminist. All those type of story. Yeah, exactly. But why do you think the problem is even developing? They have that mentality with the over. What do you put it? Like, okay, the things that the girls have to learn, over-experienced girls. You have so much that you
overtrained.
Overtrained, yes, overtrained girls.
But guys are let loose, just
Yeah.
Understand it when you understand
Yeah,
it.
understand it when you
But women
understand
are
it.
followed.
Yes.
Why don't you follow your boys as well?
Follow.
Direct them.
Direction. That's what you need. Follow them up direction because we need to do better. I'm not just saying that because now we are the generation that is coming up that we're springing. This is not Gen Z. They say Gen Z Pro Max. We're speaking because now it's not us. Before we were the kids, now we are going into adults. We're in our 20s right now. We need to do because in one day we're going to be future parents by the grace of God, married by the grace of God with kids. We need to teach them better, and we too that we are going to be these future parents and wives and husbands and all of that. We need to do better because you need to know what they did wrong in the past generation and what are you going to do to make it better.
Yeah.
Progress. That's how we have progress. That's how history will not repeat itself. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, introvert versus extrovert, that's just one part of the communication. We see the synergy. It can work. It can work. And it still depends on the kind of person that you are. But it can work. It can work. It's just that even when it comes to the whole society thing, society is built on families. And if families are dysfunctional, it's going to be a problem. You see a lot of, mad things happening in society. Like, guess what? Like, I remember I was having this conversation with my colleague. I was telling my colleague that in our times, when we were teenagers, this was like 10 years ago, how many times were you seeing children say that they have mental health issue?
Never.
Thank you.
Never.
Mental health issue was not even common then. But now, children as little as even 10 years or even younger, they already say mental health.
But I think, is there a difference between mental health and trauma? Some people do have trauma.
Trauma can lead to mental health though.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
because it can
everybody
lead to
have-
dysfunction.
Yeah. So everybody kind of have big or small traumas.
Traumas, yes.
Yeah. But it's the way you handle the traumas.
Because let me say, when I say mental health, depression, I have to be careful with the word, but that word, someone being in that state, it is instigated by trauma as well. They're traumatized by something and they're constantly sad about that thing. So that's how trauma can lead to mental health issues. Yes.
Okay, so I think it's not like then it wasn't a popular topic.
No.
Put it this way, but now there's more awareness.
Yeah, more awareness.
So I won't say it's a bad thing, but I
No.
think they're abusing it.
Yes.
They are abusing it.
Yes, it's
And
really coming to
it's
something.
one thing for you to say I have mental health, it's another thing for you to actually work on it.
Yeah.
If you're just using it as an excuse to misbehave,
Mm.
I mean, then what's the point?
Yeah, but you see what we're saying. 10 years ago, when we were teenagers, that thing was not in existence. People don't say mental health, mental health, mental. Even kids. For me, the problem here is kids were not coming out to say stuff like this because it wasn't even that common. But now there's more awareness, but more cases as well. We're just seeing a lot of cases, even in people as young as 10, 11, 12. It's something else. But may the Lord help us all.
Amen.
Amen. Yes, we need the help of the Lord because this is crazy, to be honest. Yeah, is anything else to add?
I think we're good.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. People, we're good. And again, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for this. The title of this video is The Synergy of Introverts and Extroverts in a Relationship. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe. And please. And thank you guys for staying with us. And bye.